I'm in the house with Sherry Newstead, Mark Gorley, Bordercross specialty. Is that it? Or you guys half-pipe monsters? Or how does it work?
Well, I do both, sort of specializing in Bordercross now. There's a lot of stops on the tour this year, so every couple of weeks or sometimes back-to-back we're out at events.
And Mark, what's your...
I specialize in Bordercross. I also free ride, but most of the time I spend training for Bordercross and getting ready. We've got quite a few events out there, so Bordercross takes up a lot of my time.
So now, how do you guys practice? Because, I mean, most hills have, like, the half pipe. They have different hits you can take, jumps, for those of you at home that don't know, jumps and things like that. How do you practice? Because Bordercross is similar to BMX, where you guys have, at least there's tracks in BMX where you can practice, but how do you practice for Bordercross?
I think going down the hill as fast as you can and taking jumps and, like, going through snowboard parks and going through graded runs, doing features that are similar to Bordercross, help cross over to the Bordercross.
Now, you live on the podium. I mean, you've won the Kokanee, twice?
Yeah.
Won the Kokanee twice, one of the top riders in Canada. Do you surprise a lot of people that when you tell them you're a Bordercrosser? Or?
It's an unconventional line of work. It's hard to explain sometimes what you do for a living, but yeah, I don't know. It's a different line of work for women.
Great cash, or is it? I'm not trying to be nosy or anything. I'm not trying to change professions, but I mean, is it a good living? I mean,
yeah, it's reasonable living.
Lots of travel.
It's one of those things that when you're young, here's an opportunity to travel, to meet new people, to better your athletic ability, make some accomplishments in a sport, and then if you do well at that, then yeah, it can be very lucrative. But there's other things you can do as well in addition to just racing. We're sponsored by Whistler Blackcomb, and I work for the free ride team, and we do a lot of various events around the country, but on the mountain, and we represent our home resort. So that's, another aspect of, sponsorships and work that you can do other than just racing.
Now, Bordercross, I mean, borders normally hate icy terrain, but Bordercross, that track is just straight ice.
Well, it's not always straight ice. It depends on the conditions. It can be, though, and that makes it pretty brutal.
Like a lot of the mountains that we end up going to, they've got a lot of man-made snow, so it can be kind of icy. But even man-made snow nowadays can be just as soft as real snow. Okay. Well, when we get back, we're going to talk about the club you guys represent and a little bit more about this crazy Bordercross sport. So we'll be right back after these messages.
So what we'll do is we'll send it back into the studio right now with Mr. David Benefield, who is in the house right now with Punchy and Toaster.
What more can we want? Money, power, respect. We like. How you like that? Anyway, okay, so Punchy, Toaster, the names, how'd you get them?
Just one of those nicknames the boys gave me.
Have you actually punched someone? Is that where it stems from? Never mind. Your mom may be watching. I want you to get dissed when you get home. Toaster, how do you get the name Toaster?
Well, they introduced helmets into Kokanee Bordercross series, and when they did, I borrowed one of my dad's helmets, and it was one of those Jofa flat-top helmets.
Okay.
And my brother had already named the helmet the Toaster and wrote on the back, Toaster. And I wore it that day and kind of inherited the name from then on since. And I actually wedged toast in the top of it for one competition. And there's a little bit of wind resistance on the head, but yeah, pretty good.
You are off the hook. Okay, look, if we have any callers, if you boarders have any questions for Toaster and Punchy, give us a call. The number will flash across your screen. So, okay, now, how would I go about getting into Bordercross?
You show up at an event like the one that was up at Seymour today. It's a pro-am event, so the course is designed so amateurs, beginners, novice can come.
Taken a lot from BMX, motocross, mountain biking. How long are the tracks compared to like a BMX track or even a mountain biking track?
They usually range around a minute to a minute and a half long in distance. I don't know how much terrain that would cover on a hill. I mean, probably 500 feet, maybe 600 feet.
Yeah, Bordercross differs from motocross in the way that you have one run and then you're done, whereas obviously motocross you keep going. But the kokanee events are shorter design courses, whereas the other tour, the Swatch Tour, which is...
And it's a pretty steep downhill, right? I mean, a lot of bales this weekend, or...
There were some, but it's kind
Yeah, I mean, mostly it's people trying to learn how much speed they need or don't need.
Okay.
Because it's very easy. You get really amped and you head for a jump. But, you know, you may have more momentum going than the jump will allow and you'll land straight on the flats.
Okay, we got a couple of callers. Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I wish you guys the best of luck for attracting new sponsors, and I know there's a tremendous potential for like event-driven television, especially in your sport. Like I was watching on the weekend, there's also a couple different sport networks, and if you put a package together with interesting camera angles and a packaging of your sport, I like your chances with two different sport networks, and you need strong management in order to promote your sport. And it's like fencing. I mean, if you think about it, interesting camera angles or whatever, any sport right now, I mean, if they're showing dog shows on TSN, I mean, you have potential to promote your sport. And I wish you guys good Canadian kids. I like those uniforms. You got to get the Canadian logo on the front of them. And the best of luck to you all. Thank you very much. Bye.
See ya. Thank you. Next caller, Tony, go right ahead.
Hello?
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 Yo,
Hello?
Tony!
Oh, hi. I just had the two quick questions, eh?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the first one, I want to know about the how to say, the very small blade, you know, I'm a really good the rollerblader, right? And my friend told me that it's very easy.
Hold on, Tony. No, keep it real. Keep it slowed down. Slow it down.
Excuse me, I
Slow
don't
your
speak
roll
English
down.
very well. I wish you understand Chinese, do you? You don't understand Chinese, right?
Oh, no, we don't have a
I wish I
translator
could
here, but
speak.
just slow it down and we'll
Okay.
take your question.
Okay. You know the blades or something? How do you say?
Snowblades.
What is the snowblade?
Well, we're not into snowblading,
Can
Tony,
you please
but...
tell me about it? Like, if being a good
well, you
rollerblader.
can go up to Blackcomb, actually, and take them out of the Mountain Adventure Academy. They'll let you use them for the day and, you know, a small price, and you go and have some fun.
Thanks a lot for putting up with some of our callers. Yeah, thanks, guys. Anyway, so when's the next big event? And you were saying, actually, Toaster, you were saying that there may be an Olympic event coming up in 2002. Is that for sure? Or?
They're thinking about it, and it's pretty strong. I think it should be in there. I mean, it's an exciting event to watch. It's a real spectator event, and I'm sure it'll be in there 2002.
So what are your next events coming up? The big show?
Big Bear, California, Swatch event.
Yes, hometown, okay. And then where do you go after that?
After that, it's Copper Mountain.
Copper Mountain.
Okay, and that's Colorado, right?
Yeah, that's another Swatch event.
Okay.
And then we swing back for the Kokanee Tour and stay strong with that tour and follow it out till the end, till the Blackcomb North Americans.
The schedule of events, it's Big Bear, California, Copper Mountain, Colorado, Sunshine, Alberta, and then down to Utah at the canyons, back up to Horseshoe Valley, Ontario, and back to Blackcomb for the finals.
All right, well, thanks a lot, you guys, and good luck to you. May you board carefully and safely and rip it up. I won't say that thing, but rip it up. All right, now back to Rob.